All right, so here goes. I know I don't have an aesthetically pleasing fridge. I was clearing this out the other day, and yeah, it was manufactured in 2002. Got groceries 2 days ago. I don't have any milk. Milk's on sale on Thursdays and Fridays. Today's Friday, so I will be getting 2 cartons of milk today. Bought all our condiments, uh, mustards and stuff, and some extra ones down here, some jams and relishes and things. Up here I have our big mustard that we refill our container with, some lemon juice, jelly beans, salsa, some pickled onions, which are just about gone. I think that's all I actually have left. I bought this at Superstore to try. I do make my own salsa, but I wanted to try like a sweet salsa, so I bought this to try, and it's okay. And I was talking to my neighbor. We ran her down some eggs, and she said, "Oh, well, I have a mango salsa that I made, and hers is fantastic. So I think I will make mango salsa this year, or peach salsa." There's some cheese whiz back there, a few olives left back there. This is some fruit leather I made in the dehydrator. I just used some jam that the kids weren't crazy about the flavor, so I made it into fruit leather instead. Pickled herring, eggs from our chickens. I ended up buying a couple of these little containers. Our fridge gets quite wet. There always seems to be something spilled, so the paper we're not holding up. Mayonnaise, kohlrabi, lettuce. I pretty much just keep this bowl in here all summer and just fill it every time it gets empty. I just go down out and cut another head of lettuce, a couple peas and strawberries, Cool Whip. This is the Caesar salad dressing that comes in the bags from Gateway. I just break it down and put it in some old containers. There's some apple juice back there. These are all the dips and frosting that I bought this week. Most of these were from Flash Food, and then these were from Gateway. We have all our margarine. This is another point. These were in paper boxes, and somebody spilled something in the fridge, and so I just put them on a little tray. I really don't think I'm this fancy. I need my margarine displayed, but yeah, the paper just wasn't working for us. This drawer is all Caesar dressing. These were on for 97 cents each, so I bought 4. So one I broke down. I've used about half of one already, and then I have 3 more in here. And then just a couple veggies we picked up this week: broccoli, onion, tomato, carrots. I think that's about it. Not tons of stuff. Not much in the deli drawer. Just the rest of that back bacon from Gateway. We've just been slicing it up and using it as sandwiches. I guess I could, this drawer needs a bit of a wipe. And then my husband said most of that pepperoni already. Right, so that's the state of my fridge. I will show you the upstairs freezer. Okay, so this is the upstairs freezer. This is sort of what I call the working freezer. This is where everything goes as it's opened. I do like my longer term storage in the basement freezer. And then if I say bring up some green beans or whatever, once it's opened, I usually keep it in here. I also keep snacks for the kids in here. So we have one thing of jam up here. This was actually made 2 years ago, so I think I might make this into fruit leather as well. This is a sugar-free jam. With making the fruit leather from jam, you need to use something that's low sugar or no sugar. Otherwise, it just doesn't set up. I've got 2 blocks of butter up here. I still have all 3 packs of these wonton wrappers. I keep my yeast in the freezer. This is like the kids' snack section. So we bought these ice creams a couple days ago, and by some miracle, they haven't been opened yet. And these are a blackberry freezer jam that I made into popsicles. It didn't really set as well as I'd like, so it's not great on toast. It just kind of, it's too runny, but it's great as popsicles. I love these little popsicle molds. And this was, I think, just some apple jelly that I watered down and made into those popsicles. Here, I'll move that out of the way so we have a little more room to see. This is the very last of our beans from last year. I don't think there's any left downstairs. There's a little bit of celery, blueberries and bananas. These will probably just go in a smoothie in the next couple days. What is this? Oh, this is what's left of my garlic from last year. I'm almost out of powdered garlic, and I have 3 little cubes left. But we should be pulling garlic out of the garden in probably 2 weeks. And then I'll have more garlic than I know what to do with. These are just broccoli stems. I save them up, and then when I make a broccoli soup, I'll add them in. Those sausage patties from Gateway, somehow we have 2 bags that are both open. This is some chive butter that I made when chives were in season. So I just freeze it in the sticks and just throw a stick in some potatoes or stir fry or anything. Just some store-bought frozen fruit. When I was making pork chops the other night, I just trim the fat, then I keep the fat, and when I render down lard, I'll add that to my lard. This is homemade hamburger patties. I forget how many I made when I did my freezer meals, but there's a bunch downstairs, and then there's one up here that we'll probably use in the next week or 2. We've been using them probably every 2 weeks. We have hamburgers now. Peas and a little bit of corn. Another open bag of sausage patties. These are Hass caps that I picked from our bushes. I was just leaving them in here till I had enough to make jam, but our puppy has decided that he likes Hass caps as well, so he ate the rest of the Hass caps off of the bushes, and they're done pretty well for the season now. This is shredded potatoes and hash browns. They're the big 5-pound bags from Gateway. I don't really like these as much as I like the fries that they get sometimes, so I don't think I will buy them again. I keep all my bread ends, and then I make breadcrumbs with it. I don't know if I have any breadcrumbs actually in here. No, I think it's all just bread ends. Anyway, and then a couple little pitas. Sorry about the jerkiness. All right, so that is my freezer, and I will take you over and show you my cupboards. All right, so here's where I keep most of my stuff upstairs. This is an older house. I think this house was built in the 50s, early 50s. And this kitchen, is written in one of the cupboards, was put in 1985. So there is no proper pantry in this house. It's something I'd love to do in the future, but it's not for us right now. We just don't have the money to. So we keep kind of like our vitamins and stuff over here. There's usually some bananas in here. My son gave me his pencil case from school, and I can keep all my chargers and stuff in there because that way I always have my own chargers, just pens and pencils and stuff. We have 2 of these syrups left, the sugar-free syrups. I have 2 backup ketchups, a backup lemon juice. This is that liver pate that I got for my husband. I think there's 7 left over there. I forget how many I bought, like 15. 2 little cans of baked beans, 3 things of mushrooms, our working peanut butter. This is jam that I made a while ago that it came out really thick, but it makes a really nice sweet and sour sauce. So the next time I make sweet and sour sauce, that's going in, which is probably going to be soon. I keep a cinnamon sugar and then just some canning lids. You gotta have your molasses, and that's just a big baking soda. It's a lot cheaper to buy it in the big boxes, so I do. And then my salt, most of this is used for canning. So I've got 3 canning salts and then just a regular table salt. I keep my dry open goods in these. These were originally from Costco, back when we had a Costco membership, and they had pickles in them, but now we just make all our own pickles. So I keep oats, there's dry pinto beans, green lentils, red lentils, pasta, large flake oats. There's another pasta back there. This is macaroni. I believe that is rotini. I'm not sure. I can't really tell. I just usually keep 2 open, whatever bags are open, and some jasmine rice. Up top, I have some spaghetti. I've got 2 containers of coconut oil, and in behind that, I just can't reach, is curing salt. Is that what you call it? For making bacon and ham and stuff. 2 things of these. I have 1 beef, and in behind it is a chicken of these bouillon patties. the big ones. And I've got a Dave's hot sauce back there, and then 4 bottles of the Bullseye barbecue sauce. I keep these Orville containers to put my popcorn in. I just buy the no-name stuff, but I use those containers so the kids can handle it a little easier. There's 2 of those. I think only one's full. My tea bags are up there. This is the cream coconut and the powdered coconut that I use in baking that I got on discount. I don't know if I'd buy it full price, but for discount, it works pretty good. And then just one of these dollar store bags of the soda crackers. I don't think I'd buy those again either. They weren't a favorite. So then, in this cupboard, I never know what this cupboard's going to look like. This is the kids use this cupboard. So the cereal bins are nearly empty, but I'm not refilling them until this stuff's all gone because there's no open cereal. So I like them to use up everything before we start anything new. There's 2 loaves of bread. This was that raisin bread we bought the other day. My kids got a random mug in here. This is 1 hamburger bun. And our coffee, which I think coffee's on sale this week, and I'm probably going to pick up another coffee. That's it for this cupboard. We bought 3 watermelons on Wednesday. Today is Friday. We only have 2 watermelons left, so we went through a whole watermelon in 2 days. So I don't know if I'll have enough to do a jam. I might just keep it all for fresh eating and or freezing. I've got probably a quarter of my syrup left. I'd stopped buying that because they put the price up on it, but I really missed it, so it might be worth it. Okay, this is my spices and working baking cupboard. So up here I keep my baking stuff. So I just put it in, these I believe are mayonnaise jars. Whenever I have a glass jar, I usually keep it. So that is rice flour, cornstarch, baking soda. Our sugar is empty. And what else is back there? I can't even see. Looks like curry. I don't know why the curry is back there, but it is. And cocoa powder. And then in here, just extra cocoa powder and guar gum. And then I picked up from Amazon, this was a while ago, I got these, I still haven't done anything with vanilla beans. And I think I'm going to make my own vanilla. I just have to buy some liquor to put them in. These are all our spices. I've been sort of slowly refilling our herbs as we are doing stuff. That's less the paprika. I'm going to try not to buy any more paprika. I want to try to do smoked paprika and do our own mustard seed. That's just how we keep our salt. And then down here is all our oils and vinegars, some pepper. So this is some liquid bouillon. I've been trying to use this up first, but it has cumin and I think coriander in it. So the kids aren't 100% on this, but I do sneak it in anyway. I put my soy sauce in these. These are just liquor bottles. And then on my Buy Nothing group, somebody had these on for free. I was going to buy them myself, and I was like, it's not really a necessity. But then somebody was giving them away, and nobody else wanted them, and I got them. So it's great. And they have the little caps on them and everything. This is just vegetable oil, garlic vinegar. And what else? Oh, just some regular vinegar. Ooh. So I just keep everything on this tile because this is the messiest stuff in the cupboard. And it's spray oil that just has vegetable oil in it too. I keep a little butter in here so it's nice and soft for toast and things. And then just flour for making gravy. There's usually a cheese grater back here as well, but it's over in the dirty dishes pile. This is all just surplus spices. My mother-in-law gave me this to try. I think somebody gave it to her and she didn't want it, so she gave it to me. So there's just extra of everything. Turmeric, cumin seeds, some actual crushed black pepper. We like to use this for rubs. And more bouillon. I have so much bouillon in this house. It's a little bit out of hand, but there was a big sale on Gateway, so I stocked up, and then they had even more, and I was just like, oh, I'll use it before it goes bad. And then I don't know if I'll keep this part in. Oh, it doesn't look too bad. This is just our surplus garlic powder, some flaked onions up there, and then this is a little bag of expired raisins because the kids decided they didn't like raisins anymore. So now I have raisins, and my husband eats them every once in a while. All right, I'll show you what I've got underneath the cupboards. Okay, this is an area that I would like to improve. This is where I keep my flour and my sugar and my winemaking supplies. I think there's also a basket of candles back there behind the flour. But this is always messy because people tend to just throw things in here. Anyway, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 bags of sugar and 10, 20, 30 kgs of flour and my winemaking supplies. I'm thinking of taking this shelf out and having this be bins. I know ice cream places give away the ice cream tubs quite a bit. I think I could fit, if I took that shelf out, I think I could fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 6 of those ice cream tubs, and then I could keep my sugar and my flour in those. I do have another bucket with flour that has the open flour in it, but I don't know, this is chaotic in here. All right, so these bins are usually down in this cupboard, and then this big box stays in our bedroom closet. I just brought it out here so it's a little easier to see. And from watching my last video, I took the lids off so I don't have to do that one-handed. So this is like our open snack bin. So it just has a couple different rice cakes in here. And then when I went to visit my mom this week, she gave us this. I think it came with like a bottle of booze. Anyway, it's like a cake, I guess. This is just, all these are kind of dry goods. I don't necessarily keep them in the same bins all the time because we always have different amounts of things. But I just have extra rice in here, extra spaghetti, some of these Mr. Noodles. This is the vermicelli noodles. We just made some of these the other day and had it with that kohlrabi for lunch. I have a lot of oatmeal at the moment. There was 2 good oatmeal deals on. So the first time I went, I got the quick oats. And then the second time I went, they had the large quick oats, so I have both now. So there's 4 kgs of quick oats. This is something else I might put in an ice cream tub if I could figure out how to have the space. I would keep them in the bags, but just to keep things a little more organized. So this is all those mint chocolate chips. There's 1 open bag, but I think there's 15 bags of these that I bought. But we'll use those probably for the next 6 months to a year. But they're the mint chocolate chips. So if they did have chocolate chips on sale, I might still buy those. This is 1 bag of large oats. This is the other bags that I got at Sobeys. So there's 2 full kilograms, 3 kilograms, and probably 4 actually because the rest is in the glass container in the cupboard. This is all Jell-O. I like doing up Jell-Os for the kids' lunches. So I keep quite a few on hand. We have 2 backup peanut butters. These are some noodles I got from Sobeys the other day, just more vermicelli. And this box of mac and cheese has been here. What's the expiry date on it? 2022. I guess I should probably throw it out, but I keep thinking somebody might want it, but nobody eats it, so they don't mind the regular cheese ones. But the hot one, I guess they don't like. I had bought it from Gateway because it was like 17 cents or something. So this is all of our snacks. So I bought these on Wednesday. So me and my husband have each had one of those. And then this is what stays in our closet. I don't put everything out because then I find the kids will just eat snacks instead of actually making themselves a healthy lunch. So I just have a few rice cakes there, but then I keep the rest of them in the closet. So there's quite a few bags of rice cakes left. We got a couple bags of chips. Those chocolate bars I bought the other day. There's one of these Moondal snacks. These are so good. My husband took the rest of these to work today. He just keeps them in his lunch bag. And he said, you know what? These would be really great as breading on chicken. There's some more of these that I bought for the Sunday bar, but we only used 1 bag. only 2 bags of these nachos left. I think I had bought like 8 bags or more, maybe 10. Anyway, there's only 2 bags left, but we've been eating them quite a bit. I just got these the other day. They're the same thing, rice cakes, but they're the smaller ones. 2 bags of the big bags of cereal. And then, oh, there's something underneath that. Rice Krispies. I think that's about half full. We've been taking these whenever we do a beach day or a pool day. I grab those because they're a nice, easy snack. So we do have more snacks for the summertime. I find it's more like salty snacks. I don't really do much baking in the summertime. All right, so that is everything upstairs. And I'll take you downstairs to the canning shelf, the cold room, and the big freezer. All right, so this is one of 2 canning shelves. So this is all empty jars up here, all empty jars there and there. So we've gone through a ton of food. I haven't really started canning yet. I've done some proteins, no veggies or anything, no harvest yet. So this is what I have left. If you saw my November 2023 video, you'll see just how many gaps are here. But so we have, and this gives me an idea too. This is nice looking over. It gives me an idea what we've used and what we didn't use much of. So there's 3 of the half pints of the candied jalapenos, but I don't have any opened upstairs. We've been kind of restricting ourselves on these, but now I see that we have 3 left, and we should have jalapenos in what? Maybe a month and a half or so, maybe a month and a half. So we can eat these now. We don't have to save them for special occasions. It's a bit dirty down here. It's quite dusty. I don't know if that's coming up on camera or not, but I apologize. These are pickled peppers. There are still 13 jars of them left, so I don't think I'll have to do pickled peppers this year. There's 2 of these green tomato chow. This is cucumber relish. What is it called? Yeah, I think it's just called cucumber relish. It's a Bernardin recipe. There's 5 jars left of that. I won't have to make that again this year. I find relishes, we don't go through massive amounts of them. We eat relish quite often, but you don't usually eat it in huge quantities. There's 2 of these millionaire relish left. And then this is dill pickle relish. I think there's 5 of those. So I might not even have to do relish at all this year. Bread and butter pickles. My husband likes these. I do not. So there's 4 pints and then 5 half pints of those. Oh, no, there's another pint back there. Dilly beans. We have 8 left. I will be doing more of these. My son really likes them, but I probably have to do a batch or 2, not a crazy amount. These are the whole tomatoes. It's funny, I was rewatching my other pantry video just to see like what order I looked at everything in, and these are the tomatoes that were in the fridge, not Pantry Tour. Jams, we've probably used, because this was full. This was all jam, all here, and everything was filled right pretty well to the brim. So I'd say we probably used half of the jam. However, these ones are all made with the Pomona's pectin, and they do tend to kind of separate. But these make amazing fruit leather in the dehydrator. So I can see me going through quite a few more of these. This is dandelion jelly I just made. Actually, I think I did a video on that as well. But all of these, what is this? This is pineapple, so that's not low sugar. But all the rest of these are low sugar jams, which make excellent fruit leather. So between now and then kids going back to school in September, I feel like we're going to go through a lot of these. A whole bunch of empty jars. So these are 4 deep. And this is mock pineapple. So this is zucchini. I didn't do as many zucchini this year. I will probably just freeze all my zucchini. I don't think we need any more of that. So there's 12 jars of that. Pickled beets are getting real low. I think we have 6. Oops, sorry. I think we have 6 jars left. But my beets are coming in strong in the garden, so we'll be doing more pickled beets. And that's pretty much how I preserve beets. I have tried freezing them. I prefer just pickling them. And they make nice gifts too. This is all clementines that I bought from Gateway back in January, February, when citrus is at peak. So we've been kind of slowly going through those, and I'll probably do the same amount next year if they have them on sale again. This is all we have left for salsa, and we've been kind of conservative on this as well. But now that I know we're going to make it to tomato season, and tomatoes are looking strong up there too. So pretty much going to be open season on salsa again. Tomato paste, I think I've only actually used one of these. I'll probably use this more in the winter for soups. I have 2 things of deer left, 1 pinto bean, 7 of the canned pork. If you like flakes of ham, if you mix this with mayonnaise or salad dressing or whatever, it makes a really nice sandwich. This is trout that I just canned. Oh, what has the date on it? 3 weeks ago? So those are new. I haven't tried it yet. I hope it's good. I did can salmon this way as well, and I love the salmon. So hopefully the trout is also good. And then this is what I have left for spaghetti sauce. So I think I had 60 pints. 12, 16, 17, 18. So I have 20 left. So we've gone through 2/3 of our tomato sauce. So I know that that's a good amount. Probably between 50 and 60 jars a year is what is going to get us through, because it'll probably be until October before I'm making spaghetti sauce again. All right, I will take you over to the other side. Okay, so this is the other side. This is where I mostly keep quart jars. So lots of empty space over here as well. Oh, there's another shelf down there. I think that whole shelf is empty. Yeah, that's all empty. I'll start you up at the top here. So I have 3 jars of pickled asparagus left. I did that from asparagus I bought at Gateway. I think, when was that? In February. I've got 1 or 2, I think. 2 quart jars of squash left. This makes a wonderful soup, like a cream of squash soup. I still have tons of these garlic scapes. This year I gave away most of my garlic scapes, probably at least half, and then I made the rest into garlic powder. I might try to dehydrate these pickled and see how they come out, because we're just not going through them. I'm really the only person that eats them, and we've got more than I can really eat. This is garlic scape vinegar. It just sits down here, and then I refill my container upstairs as it empties. Don't even remember what was here. I think soups and stuff. I still have a few of these whole cherry tomatoes. These were actually done in 2022, so I really should use them up. They taste okay, but the kids don't really like them. I like them, but once again, it's a lot to eat at one time. So I have put them in soups, but they're pickled, so it makes a very acidic soup, and you can add baking soda to it. And I have done that, but I probably should just make a big pot of tomato soup and use those up. These are apple slices. There's 4, 5, 6, 7 left. These will last, hopefully, until deer apples are back in season, but I definitely do these again. These make an awesome apple pie or an apple crisp. And I even thought about throwing some of these on the dehydrator and seeing how they come out. There's 3 things of the baked beans. I gave some of these away as Christmas gifts, and then we eat them every once in a while when I do like fish cakes or something. These are quite nice. I'd definitely do these again. Chickpeas. I think I went through all my pints of chickpeas already, but this was the second batch I did also in February. So one of these makes a good amount of hummus for us. So just, I don't know, once every 2 or 3 weeks, I will come down here and grab one of these and make hummus. You can also throw them in salads and stuff, but where they have to be pressure canned for so long, I find they are quite soft. I like my salad chickpeas to have a little firmer texture. This whole shelf was applesauce. So we've really only gone through, I don't know, 15 or so applesauce, maybe 20. I was putting it in the kids' lunches a lot, but they kind of got sick of it. So I've more been using it for baking. So I don't think I'll have to do applesauce this fall. I'll just stick to the apple slices. This is all stock. Most of this was canned over the winter. Just as I get chicken bones or pork bones, whatever, I just save them. And when I get a big bag, I will. This was done in November. That was December. This was chicken stock I did with a chicken that we had on the smoker. The ring's still on. So that was just done last month. So there's chicken, there's vegetable, there is pork. Anyway, it's really nice to have on hand. We make a lot of soups in the winter. This is all we have left for dill pickles. We have been rationing these. My pickles are not, or my cucumbers are not quite producing yet, probably within the next couple weeks. I did have to replant some of them, so there's some slicers left. I think this is all the full ones we have, and it's not even a full jar. Oh, so sad when you're getting down to your last pickles. And then just empty jars. All right, I will take you over to the cold room. All right, so this is the cold room. Surprise, it's empty. So this was all potatoes and squash, pumpkins and everything. So even most of my bins are being used in the garden right now. So there is no produce in here, but this will be all filled up again in the fall. And then I just keep most of my canning stuff down here. And empty jars. When I do dehydrated stuff, I like to put it in the glass jars. So I save a lot of glass jars. I save glass jars and clean them out and use them for kitchen stuff. And then I save plastic jars, peanut butter jars. And that's what I use for like our screws and stuff when I sort those out. This was some squid sauce I just bought. I moved it down here because for some reason the dog decided to bite that top. It's still sealed, but I moved it down here just so he didn't have to think about it. These are some jugs for making wine. I picked 2 of them up off the free site. I don't usually make wine in the summertime. I wait until the fall. I've got 5 4-liter jugs of vinegar. That'll be for canning. And then I bought all this. The hit of the month last month was like vegetable oil at Superstore. So I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them all together. It's a crazy amount of oil to buy, but that'll be like a year's supply. And I just fill up one of those little liquor store bottles, and that's what we use. So that's all the food that's in here. There really isn't much of anything. All right, so here is the big stand-up freezer. I contemplated coming down here and making this look nicer, but I don't have time. So we are heading into harvest season, but I also decided to do a whole bunch of freezer meals for the summer. But we're going through them fairly fast. So as freezer meals clear out, then we'll fill the spaces with vegetables. So this is my freezer jam left from last year. Yes, this is freezer jam from last year. And then this stuff I made this year on one of my videos. And this is all now our own strawberries. These are ones I bought. So we have enough strawberries now for fresh eating for the summer and to do freezer jam for the year. My goal for next year is to do enough to do up several gallon-sized bags for smoothies over the winter. These are these chocolate things I bought. I think I bought 5 of them. There's 3 left. I threw them in the freezer because I didn't realize it's like a chocolate hummus. The kids don't even know. They just think it's chocolate sauce. But I just threw them in the freezer just for a little bit more longevity. But they're delicious. We have 2 pieces of elk left from my brother-in-law. And now things are a little crazy. I usually keep this a lot more organized. But with putting the freezer meals in here, everything sort of got mixed around. I usually like to keep all my different proteins with their own proteins. But so there are some deer steaks. There's some ground deer roast. This is from the pig we bought. This is all the fat. So I will be rendering lard. There's a freezer meal. I will be rendering the lard, but I will not be doing that until it's not so hot in the house, probably when the kids go back to school. This is all freezer meals except for these two items. So we've gone through, I think I made 50. I think we've gone through maybe about 8 of them so far. So by the end of the summer, there won't be any freezer meals left in here. That's why I made them, to use for the summer. This is lobster stock. My husband had done some work for a friend back in May. He did some electrical work for him, and in lieu of payment, he gave us lobsters because he's a lobster fisherman. So we ate those back in May. They were great lobster, and then I put the shells in the freezer, and just yesterday I actually made this lobster stock just with some veggies from the garden and those shells. I stored some in the bigger containers and then some in the cup size, and freezed it in freezer bags. Put it in freezer bags. This is a voiceover now. My mic cut out while I was doing it. So those are the rest of my freezer meals up there. This whole shelf is meat. Most of this is the pork that we bought back in February, but there are a couple deer steaks there as well. There's some pork belly in there. There's lots of pork chops. I'm just showing, I think there's a deer roast right there. Anyway, that's all of our pork, and there's pork roast in there as well, all on that shelf. So all of this meat was either bought from a friend of ours or hunted by my husband. There's 2 more containers of that lobster stock. And behind there, I believe, is pork ribs. And then what else do we have back here? I really can't see. This turkey's in the way. Oh, there's some ground beef frozen flat. There's some packages of fish. There's 1 pack of those hot dogs left that I broke up into smaller bags. This is Swiss chard out of the garden, and this is the red Russian kale out of the garden. I'll continue filling those bags as I blanch more. This is the haddock I bought back in February. I believe I bought 20 pounds at once. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of the large family size packs left. And then there's 1, 2, 3, looks like 3 packages of the smaller portions, more for if it's just me and my husband having fish that night. Here is a turkey I have no business having because I have all this meat to go through. But this was a great price. It was $19 for the whole turkey, which is a great price for here. And we'll probably put that on the smoker not too long. If you haven't had smoked turkey, I highly suggest it. That is the end pieces of the Swiss chard. This is the skins off of the boneless or the chicken thighs. I saved the skins. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. This is all bags of frozen fruit. I don't recall when I bought this. Maybe back in April. It was $1.99 a bag, and then I think I also had a points offer on it. So we use this a lot for smoothies. Some chicken legs. I'm not sure what this is. I can't really see from here. Oh, blueberries. Those are blueberries that I bought from Gateway in the 5-pound boxes. That's just some more chicken bones that I'll do up a stock with at some point. A bag of chopped celery, and then there's some store-bought Brussels sprouts in there as well. I think 3 bags of that. This is bacon that my husband cured and smoked. This is actually from the pig we bought in 2023. He just did this, I think maybe in March he smoked this off. I forget how much it made, maybe 8 pounds, and there's 3 of them left in there. That brings us to our last area where I have food stored. This basket down here, that's the 48 pack of hot dogs I got from Gateway. We have some bone-in chicken breasts. There's 1 package of English muffins here. I'm actually going to take those up and we'll have them tomorrow when my husband makes breakfast for us. This is homegrown rhubarb I have frozen there, and boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I'm actually going to make these for dinner as well. I'm going to do breading on them in the air fryer. So that gives me a little bit more room in here. And then underneath those hot dogs is another package of haddock. There's 3 pasta casserole freezer meals, 2 of the marinated chicken thighs, and 1 bag of the sausage burritos. We already ate the other bag. So that is the current state of my pantry before harvest season. So there's lots of blank spaces to fill up, especially in the cold room and in the canning shelf. The freezer is stuffed, but a lot of that space will become free once I start getting through those freezer meals. And keep in mind, this is my pantry on a 650 Canadian per month budget for a family of 5. And I've had that budget for, I'd say we're coming up on 2 years now. So that just goes to show how much food, if you plan, you can put aside and have readily available so you can continue to reduce your grocery bill. I know what I need a little bit more to do of and a little things I can dial back on a little bit. So that's always great to have a little refresher. And then I got a couple things I want to be able to access more easily, like my flour and my sugar and my oats. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you found this interesting. If you did, feel free to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Have a great day. Bye now.